we're talking about
Secret
Invasion, episodes 4 and 5.
Right.
We skipped last week.
Yeah, since you were slacking and taking a vacation, we're going to do 2 episodes at once.
Yeah, it's been great. Skrulls, lots of Skrulls. And we have some news you can't abuse.
And you know what? I don't feel bad about it. You know why? We can talk about 2 episodes at once because the episodes of this show don't really mean anything.
Yeah, and they're so
they're so poorly cut together. Like they're
they could have been, and there's a lot going on with that too.
The director said that he considered this the longest MCU movie. Maybe he should have considered it what it is, which is a TV show. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Or making it a movie, but it's like trying to do several different things. That's not. Yeah, I think maybe if we had binged it, I'd like it more. Because it's just the way the episodes are like edited and where they decide to cut. It just doesn't. It does not work.
You could easily watch this entire thing back from front to back at one sitting, and be fine, and it wouldn't feel weird. And in fact, the pacing is so strange that you kind of might need to. But let's go back to episode 4 and talk about what happened.
Beloved.
As I said, Gaia's not dead.
You are correct.
Of course I was. She definitely got some extremist powers. She has superpowers, which is interesting. I'm not sure.
I wonder how many she has.
I think she just has extremists. So I think she just has one, but she could have more. We don't know.
You never know.
Yeah. And Gravik and Talos have a meeting, which is interesting. Was that episode 4? No, that wasn't episode 4. It was episode 3, wasn't it? Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah, that was 3. 4. That was 3 episode. Yeah.
Yeah, episode 4. We get a little flashback and some backstory of Priscilla and Nick Fury's romance,
right?
And they shout out to the writers, bringing in some Raymond Carver, one of my favorite writers.
Huh?
And they brought Raymond Carver is great, and they brought out some of his poetry.
Oh, okay.
The poem they talked about was called "Late Fragment." That's the poem. And of course they use that. And I guarantee you Raymond Carver never thought his poetry would be in a Marvel movie, but there you go. And listen, kids, if you like that poem and you think poetry is cool, take creative writing classes in college. Don't take it in high school because it doesn't matter, but college is great. You should learn more about it. And also there's a double entendre with the idea of beloved, which I put in the show notes as well, which is interesting.
You don't want to touch on that? I'm curious.
Nah, well, I mean, it kind of. Hang on, let me get that show note up real quick. Mm-hmm. So, Toni Morrison wrote a book called Beloved. It has to do with some issues of slavery, and of course, you've got 2 African American actors kind of going over this poem and talking about their relationship. So it's like you touching a little bit of Toni Morrison. Beloved is one of her best book probably, and then you've got the poem and you got the relationship. It's very twisty and turny, which I thought was great. And to be honest with you, I would have loved for most of this series to be about Fury's marriage. Mm-hmm. And because they just don't have enough time to really go into it. I mean, he's married to a space alien who has taken the face of an African-American woman.
Right.
And we learn, too, later in episode 5 that she has a relationship with her parents, with the person she's experienced. It's a lot. And I wish the show would have spent more time trying to understand this. And hopefully Priscilla will stick around for a while. I'm afraid that she'll die just to keep things clean at the end. But I hope she's...
Yeah, apparently the person that she took the face of or the body of was dying anyway. So, yeah okay.
That doesn't make it right. It just makes it...
it makes it easy.
Yeah. Well, okay. And then the biggest thing of this episode is that we find out that I was correct again, and that Rhodey is definitely a Skrull. Did you have that too? We both said that Rhodey was a Skrull. Let me look at our notes.
Yeah, check the notes. I'm not sure.
Episode 3, Jarvis still thinks Rhodey is a Skrull, and so does Mike. So we both thought he was a Skrull. At that point, I mean, it's obvious that he was a Skrull, but...
I mean, you heard his voice at the end of the episode.
Yeah, and then where's Rhodey?
This is another cut. Like, so at the end of Betrayed, you hear Rhodey's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was Rhodey at first, but since they cut the episode there, I was able to like go back and re-listen to it and find out it was Rhodey. So then at the beginning of Beloved, I'm not shocked to see Rhodey show up in the church. Like, that was a bad cut. They killed their own suspense there.
Yeah, I don't know. See, this is what I worried about.
Like, either the phone call should have been at the beginning of this episode, or the reveal that it's Rhodey should have been at the end of the last episode.
This is what I worried about. The idea that anybody could be a Skrull, that is going to get old real quick, and it did. And even the writers and the director got sick of it. And so when Rhodey was revealed to be a Skrull, it was not that big a deal. And in fact, the biggest deal was, of course, when we find out that Nick Fury is married to a Skrull. That's the biggest one.
Right.
But now, it's just not. The whole thing about Skrulls being among us is not that big
I was
deal.
definitely expecting surprise Skrull action to be a pretty interesting part of this show, and it's not at all.
Yeah, and they have one more Skrull reveal. It's probably going to be revealed at the very end, the last 2 seconds of the show next week. It's going to be revealed that somebody's a Skrull that we did not expect, and we're going to be like, oh my god.
The new Captain America.
No, I don't know who it's going to be, but it'll be interesting to see. It might be the president. That might be.
I don't think so.
Surprise at
I don't
the
think
end.
so.
It could be. It could be Fallsworth. I doubt it. We just have to wait.
Yeah.
But then this is something I really want to speak on at length. The president's convoy is attacked by Skrulls. The Skrulls are trying to blame Russia for it. And it's supposed to be a big action scene. I want to talk about 2 things first. First, Mike, do you know when this was filmed?
No.
I am I think it had to be filmed during the pandemic, or either around the pandemic or towards the end.
You think before Russia invaded Ukraine? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's it's the actors. We don't have enough people on screen.
Okay, right.
And first of all, let's talk about some logistics. If the president of the United States is traveling in a European country, was he in Russia?
I think he was in England.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is not going to happen. There's going to be completely restricted airspace.
Right.
Those helicopters would have never had.
They would have gotten shot down long before they got anywhere close.
Way long. No, there's no way. Those helicopters. I live in DC. We have restricted airspace in Washington DC, and at any moment they can shut it down. And I guarantee that is a huge problem. But I mean, they had to have the attack on the president's convoy. They had to have it happen. The amount of cars.
Air attack's dumb. I mean, we know that would have been completely shut down. They could have been hiding in the trees or something.
That wouldn't have happened either. There's no way.
They would have swept it, but I don't know. That would have been more believable, I think.
What I think would have been more believable is to have Skrulls in the convoy themselves.
The Skrulls could have been trees.
No, I don't know if they can they change the trees?
I don't know.
In the comics, they can, but we haven't seen that in the shows.
Right.
It's just okay. So the show needs this attack to happen, and they just made it.
It wasn't good at all.
No, as soon as the attack happened, I was like, "This is not realistic. There's no way. That's not going to happen this way at all." But I mean, once it started, it was fun. It was a big fight. Even when Fury and Talos show up. They kind of drop behind the action. They have enough time to go get their weapon to get to it. I'm like, this just seems kind of it's a little weak. It's not the kind of action scene that I thought it would be. I was expecting a bigger, more grandiose action scene. I just didn't get.
Yeah.
What about you?
I full on agree. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think it's a problem with this series too. Is that Marvel's biggest issue is that they just aren't getting the right caliber of directors for their stuff. I don't know who Ali Salim is. Maybe that's part of the problem. But, he said he wanted this to be a movie. It's a TV show, dude. You're directing a TV show. The action scenes are not super interesting. There's directors out there, there's choreographers out there that they could be getting. They've got the money to do it. I don't know why they aren't doing it, but I think that's dragging down a lot of their stuff.
Let's look at this real quick. What is the director? I want to find. I want to
Ali Salim.
I'm working on it. Where's the director? I don't see it. I'm on IMDb. I don't see it. Should they have his name listed as director?
It's directed by Ali. I'm on the movie database, which is different, so I'm going to check him out.
Ali, how you spell his last name?
Aliselim. So he's directed The Looming Tower. Never heard of it. Manhunt. I don't know what that is. Criminal Minds. He directed one episode. So he's directed some TV shows. And he didn't stick with trying to make this a TV show.
Hey, I don't see any.
He mainly does advertising and independent film, I guess, is what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't see any action movie credits here. Yeah. And like you would think, okay, I'm a director. I can direct it. It takes skill to direct the action scene and to make it look good. I think his physical action scenes are fine, like hand-to-hand combat and shooting stuff in close quarters. I think that looks fine. But these big scale stuff, I don't think it's his fault. I think it's a budget issue.
I don't think it's a budget issue. I think it's I think it's they're picking directors that they can push around issue.
It could be both.
The directors that they can push around are not capable of doing what they need to do.
Maybe it could be. I mean, it's probably all three, all four.
I mean, it could be,
put together. But then we got some more stuff going on. Talos, of course, is killed. And his death doesn't feel.
I don't like it at all. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it.
It's not good.
I don't like it.
It just doesn't. I don't see what it does.
It doesn't. It doesn't really help out anything.
No.
I feel like this is one example where you always talk about like killing off characters is cheap. Yeah, I mean, he just had that conversation with his daughter. I don't like it at all. Like, this is almost Talos' TV show just as much as it's Nick Fury's.
Yeah.
And yet you killed him off. I don't like it. He deserved more.
He deserved a better death than that.
It was a pretty bad death. He gets shot in the shoulder and he's incapacitated. I mean, come on, he's a Skrull. A human can take a shot in the shoulder and be kind of all right.
Well, I mean, we can go to the logistics of alien anatomy.
Yeah, maybe his heart's right there. I don't know.
Yeah, but Bill Middleton is probably one of the best actors on the show.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whole thing. And now he's gone, so they don't have anybody now.
So now it's Samuel Jackson and Olivia Colman.
Emilia Clarke.
Yeah,
Emilia Clarke. And, like, it's just not enough. And, like, I was curious about the decision to kill him.
I was for sure hoping the next episode he'd be, in the hospital or whatever and reviving him, but no, he's dead.
Well, they could have done something like, okay, he's dying. We need to get him cured. Let's take him back to new Skrulls, and let's heal him with the machine and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They could have done a lot of different things. But I mean, we've talked about this before. Actors have contracts. He probably didn't want to stay with Marvel forever.
Maybe, maybe.
But it didn't feel.
Yeah, it wasn't satisfying. I mean, if you're gonna kill him off, it's got to be better than that.
Yes. Yeah, and like that's just a lesson that I think we all need to learn. Like, especially at this point in entertainment, when literally hundreds of shows are being made a year, they used to be made, nothing's getting made right now. But you have to step your game up. Like, just killing a character. I'm sorry, I got hiccups. Wow, just killing the character off, in a scene like that, it has to hold some more weight. And why am I hiccuping? Here's something that's interesting. when when Skrull Rhodey gets a bullet, when he finally gets killed, I will be so happy.
Oh yeah,
Don Cheadle is really making this guy unlikable, and like I'm really looking forward to this Nick Fury, or when we find Rhodey, which we will find him next episode. When Rhodey is like incapacitated in one of those Skrull cocoons and he comes out, I'm really looking forward to that. So we just gotta wait on that. That's gonna be really good. But yes, Talos' death didn't have the weight.
Hey, while you're on IMDb, look up Brian Tucker. He's the writer for this episode, and I think several others.
Brian Tucker.
I'm looking at him on the movie database, and he has. This is it for him, basically.
That's not good. I don't know, Mike. I don't know what to tell you about this kind of stuff. I don't know that. I don't know.
I'm so disappointed, man. I was really looking forward to this show. I thought they were going to, I thought dipping into like the spy genre was going to be really good for the MCU and was going to be refreshing. I'm not getting it.
Well, I mean, okay, so I think we have 6 episodes. We haven't watched one of them yet. So we have 5 episodes. Of the 5, I would say 2 of them have been pretty good. The first one and the second one. Episode 3 and 4, Episode 5, not that good. Episode 6, we have to wait. Yeah. So yeah, it's not the strongest series, but let's see how it ends up. Let's see how this episode. I'm not ready to sign off just yet. Let's just wait and see how this goes.
I mean, I'm still. Maybe they can tie it all together in the last episode, but
I think they can. And they will have to. We'll have to wait and see.
I doubt they're going to be honest with you. And I don't know if it makes up for how uneven this series has been.
We've seen worse ones than this, though. I just saw the trailer for this, and there's a scene here I just saw that we have not seen yet. Yeah. Hang on, let me see if I. Oh man, come on. Let's see if I can pull it off. No, there's a scene where Nick Fury is fighting Gravik, but he looks different. I'll just wait till next week. Okay, that's episode 4. Let's talk about episode 5.
Well, I mean, he did change clothes at the end of this episode we're about to talk about.
Yeah, but it's almost like a spoiler I saw. It's actually a pretty big deal before I saw it. Right. We'll have to wait. Episode 5. Not that much happens in episode 5, really.
It's a short episode. Well, they're both short.
Yeah, Gaia shows up, and Nick Fury is like, "Hey, Gaia," blah blah blah. And Gaia's like, "I don't." Gaia's probably the most inconsistent character in the show. We don't know what she's doing. She kind of just wanders around a little bit. I'm Gaia.
Is she going to have like a big part in the last episode?
I hope so, because right now she hasn't done anything. She buries her father, where she cremates her father with Priscilla.
Why did Priscilla need to be part of that? Like just.
Because she knows how to do it.
There's other Skrulls that know how to do it.
Not that she can trust.
I don't know. I think the reason that Priscilla needed to do it is so they could get shot at in her house, and that's the only reason.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a plot story point to get them in the same room and let them have a conversation. Right. Let them have a little gunfight, do all that. It's fine.
I think the choreography of this gunfight. It's probably the best out of the entire series.
Dude, his close combat is good. If you watch all the scenes, like in this episode where Gravik is
whoever's actually doing it,
yeah, it's good. Like when Gravik had to fight against the rest of the Skrulls, that was really good. And if you look at episode 2, when Gravik is trying to break into the safe house, that also was good. All the close combat stuff was good. It's just the bigger stuff that looks bad. The president is still alive, we find out. And Nick Fury is kind of watching him. But then we have Skrull Rhodey doing Skrull Rhodey things.
Nick Fury attacks Rhodey right in front of the Secret Service.
He should have shot. I don't understand. He should have shot his face off. I don't understand why he didn't do that.
Agreed.
Like, he had a gun. He had the elements.
He would have gotten shot. He would have gotten shot.
No, he wouldn't.
You don't think the Secret Service would have shot him?
he would have shot the Secret Service guy first, and then, but I don't think he wanted to do. He didn't want to shoot the Secret Service guy, right? Which is fine. I would have
just give him a flesh wound just to take him out of.
No, I would. No, I mean, this needs to be done. Like in the real world, that guy I would have shot that guy.
Collateral damage is what you're saying. You got an opportunity to take out a Skrull.
Yeah,
you got to do it.
A Skrull who is impersonating an Avenger
who is the advisor to the president of the United States.
Yeah, he has to catch a bullet. Like this is that's it. Listen, I'm not one of those. I'm a very peaceful guy,
and then they just let him walk.
I believe in socialism and stuff like that. But when it comes to foreign policy spy stuff, I'm not the kind of guy.
They would not have let him walk.
No, I would be like, shoot that dude. Like, I don't know what's going on, but just pop him. I guess I'm weird like that. I'm really weird like that, but I would have been like that guy.
No, but I'm saying, like, after, after Fury withdraws, like, Secret Service would not have just stood there and let him walk out.
No, but here's the deal. The show has to function as a show. Nick Fury walking.
But hey, make it make sense. Can you do that?
No, we can't. I mean, not at this point. Not at this point. And this is something that really bugged me. The scene where the president is getting carted into the surgery room.
Right.
It's Nick Fury, a nurse, and a doctor. Where is everybody else? There would be so many.
I mean, you might be right. Maybe they did shoot this during the pandemic. I don't know.
Like, I don't understand. Like, there would have been armed guards. There would have been security up the wazoo. Like, what? Like,
because the only scenes with lots of people were the ones that were in, like, the earlier episodes in Russia.
Yeah, it just feels like it feels like a pandemic kind of thing. I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like they have enough people. Like, like what's going on? Like, what? Like, it's just odd to me. What else happens this episode? So we find out that Gravik kills one of his big soldiers. I don't even know the guy's name, but one of the major foot soldiers that he has. Gravik kills him because he was talking back, and then the rest of the Skrulls try to kill Gravik, and that was a great scene. I thought that was.
I feel like they could have taken him.
Good. No,
you don't think so,
dude? He has like obsidian dude's DNA. He has Groot's DNA. He has Extremist DNA. They wouldn't have taken him, though. They wouldn't have killed him. No way. No, he's too powerful. Right?
He only used Groot.
Yeah, but I mean, he was skilled. He was a skilled fighter before he got that stuff.
But,
now he has that stuff.
He trained the 4 guys that were attacking him.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, like, and plus he's fighting for his life at this point. So, I mean, it's going to give you a little extra. And plus, I'm sorry if the hand-to-hand combat skills of a Skrull made up aliens not enough for you, but in this case, it was believable to me. But
they're like suffocating him. They have a sledgehammer that they didn't use.
That was a smart.
Yeah, it was a good plan.
Trying to suffocate him and then beating him. That was smart.
I feel like the beating him with their fist part was where they went wrong. I feel like had they picked up that sledgehammer again, or had like a saw or something close by, like you're planning this out clearly. Why do you go to just pounding on him with your fists?
Well, the thing is, here's the deal. And this is just fan service theory crafting here. It's me talking on my butt. He has extremists in his body, so gunshots ain't going to do anything to him.
Right.
So,
I mean, you'd have to take his head off or suffocate him.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, they tried to do that. They tried those things, and he just at a certain point he just fought them off.
Yeah.
But I thought the scene was great. But now, and this is interesting.
Does it seem out of character for him? Like this whole episode where he kills off his number 2 in command, basically.
I was going to talk about this
because earlier on in the series, people are like, "You're the cause." He's like, "Man, I'm not the cause. Getting the home world's the cause. Don't lift me up and put me on a pedestal." And now he's acting like this. It just doesn't seem consistent to me.
Well, the thing is, and here's the deal. we have 6 episodes. It's episode 5. Mm-hmm. And their big plan to cause nuclear war is just not working.
I don't think that's the plan. That plan would make complete sense, and that's what you said early on. But I don't think that's the plan.
But here's the deal: it's like I don't understand. The show doesn't commit to this. The show doesn't commit to Skrulls being Skrulls and trying to take over the world. And now it's like the Skrulls are just like, hey, I want the harvest.
How is getting the United States to obliterate new Skrullos? How is that leverage over Nick Fury? I mean,
Nick Fury doesn't want those Skrulls to get killed.
Okay, but I don't know. It seems like a bad bet to make.
It's an odd plot. It's an odd plot progression.
Yeah.
Where we had a plan that was actually working and it seemed to work well, and then all of a sudden they just toss it, and now
everybody's questioning him. Everybody's like, "Are you freaking crazy?" Yet they go along with it. Like Rhodey's like, "You're mad, dude." But then he goes ahead and plants the ideas in the president's head.
Yeah, it's strange. We gotta wait till episode 6, but the whole thing's odd. But the oddest thing to me is that Gravik is really wanting this harvest thing, and I want to talk about that for a minute. So at the end, during Avengers Endgame, there was a major battle at the Avengers complex. Pretty much every superhero we have versus Thanos' crew, and we did a big old fight. We understand that. At the end, Thanos' crew turned to dust, so their DNA doesn't matter. Avengers, on the other hand, they have scars and stuff all over, so they have DNA spread out all over the place. Fury had his Skrull agents go into the scene and collect all that stuff to keep it.
Led by Gravik.
I think it's smart. Yeah, I think it's a smart decision. I think that's a smart decision to do.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Why? I would have destroyed that, but he kept it, which is not smart. That's dumb. But now he has it.
Incinerated.
Yeah, I would have just destroyed it. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't do that. He's Nick Fury. He thinks, okay, this might be useful.
Right.
I'm going to keep it. But now Gravik wants it. And like the thing, here's the deal. They said with the harvest that they have a whole host of alien DNA, right? Yeah. I mean, of superhero DNA. So you've got Captain America, you've got Miss Marvel, you've got Peter Parker, Thor, the Hulk. Mm-hmm. And my thinking, Black Panther, probably. Yeah. And my thinking was here, if I was writing this episode, I wouldn't have said, I want the harvest, which is a bunch of different DNA. I would have just said, I want either Captain Marvel's DNA or I want the Hulk's DNA. I think they should have focused on one of them, specifically Captain Marvel, to tie it all up in a nice loop. Because No, they didn't. We just know that he has a collection of DNA. We don't know whose DNA it is. It's just a collection of DNA. We don't know whose it is. We don't. We have no idea what's in that bottle.
He was pretty specific. Like there was a pregnant pause before he said Captain Marvel. So I thought the implication was that this is Captain Marvel's DNA.
Well, it's one of them, but he didn't specifically say, I have Carol Danvers' DNA. He says, I have a harvest, including Carol Danvers' DNA. So we have to wait. We have to see.
I don't know that you can I guess you could have like a bunch of dots on some paper in that thing, but it's big enough for a vial of blood, not much else. Seemed to me like it's one person.
It could be all kinds of stuff.
It could be all kinds of stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking that he was implying heavily that it was Captain Marvel's.
Well, I mean, it's Secret Invasion. A lot of this stuff is based off Captain Marvel movie.
Right. I don't know why they would call that the harvest.
It's just the harvest. It's a bunch of different people's DNA grouped up. But we don't know who's whose. So we do know that Nick Fury found it and has it. And is going to try to bargain with Gravik somehow. We'll have to wait and see. One of the most interesting things about this episode was the scene with our resident British op. What's her name again?
Sonya Fallsworth.
Yeah, she's great. Who is
Olivia
that?
Colman.
Who's that? She's fantastic. Her scenes are just great. I wish we had way more of them. And like, she's a big name actor. I don't understand why we don't have way more of her in the scenes. Like, we should.
That's what everybody's saying. Everybody's saying like this show needs more of her.
Yeah, she's always fantastic. Every time she comes on the screen, we're like, yeah, she's awesome.
Right.
And she's like the only one of everybody who is competent and smart, who's trying to do something. Like she's like, I know what I'm doing. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm right with it. We're here with it. I'm curious.
Yeah, I wonder how she found out that her boss was a Skrull.
Oh no, that was a great scene. She just goes in, shoots his leg.
Right.
Like that's the kind of
that's what Fury should have done with Rhodey, basically.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I don't know, but her scenes are always great. Lots of fun. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we go to one of Nick Fury's graves, which has had the harvest inside of it, and he gets some weapons. Did you notice inside of his tomb that was Wakanda writing? Did you see that?
I did not notice that was Wakanda.
If you go back, when he is getting scanned, that is Wakanda calligraphy, and that's Wakanda like scripts.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'm not really sure if he's using Wakanda technology, but that's definitely you could not escape from that.
What I did notice is that every time one of those drawers opened, the drawer was super wobbly, and they didn't bother going back to reshoot it with cleaner opening drawers. We have drawers like that in my house. They're called soft openings or something. Soft, yeah. These were not soft closed drawers.
Yeah, we like. I don't know if I like soft closed drawers. To be honest with you, I like the nice little slam.
Yeah, I like the soft close, but these were like wobble open drawers.
I didn't notice that as much, Mike.
Every single drawer opens with a big old wobble.
I did notice that Nick put the eye patch back on, put the leather coat back on. So I mean,
to me, it just seemed like he was taking off clothes that he has and putting on different but similar clothes.
Well, why the eye patch though? Like, what's that about? Like, why wear the eye patch when he hasn't worn the eye patch the whole time?
Well, his eye patch has special stuff in it.
Did he shave his face?
I don't know.
Wait. Did you just say the eye patch has special stuff in it?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. This one probably has a compartment for the harvest or something.
No, it's an eye patch.
Or it's got like a laser or something.
Okay, no.
Nick Fury with lasers coming out of their eye patch.
If you had one eye, would you wear glasses or would you wear eye patch?
I think I would go with a falsie. I would like Thor. I would go with a false eye. Yeah.
I would go with a false eye too, but I would wear dark glasses.
Yeah. What's his name? Plays the keyboard.
Matt Murdock.
Stevie Wonder, yes, thank you.
There's a lot of different blind people you could reference right there, but that's fine.
That wear dark glasses?
Yeah, Matt Murdock.
Okay.
The Daredevil.
I think I usually think of real people first, but okay, yeah.
When you have one eye, you lose depth perception, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Your brain kind of tries to make up for it a little bit, but it doesn't work that well.
I hate that. I'm covering my eye right now.
Because it can use like the the fact that everything's moving and you do kind of see behind things to try to help you out with depth, but not very well.
And that's it.
Who do you think he was talking to at the end?
What are you talking about?
After Fury does his costume change, he calls somebody on the phone and he's like,
Gravik.
You think it's Gravik?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it, though. Let's see how it ends up. We got a big fight at New Skrullos. We've got a lot of loose ends to tie up. A ton of loose ends to tie up. And plus, we have to make segues for the War Machine project with Don Cheadle and the Marvels. And this is Loki's coming out sometime at some point, but this is it for a while.
Hey, the Marvels is coming up next.
No, Loki's coming out next.
Is it? I thought Loki got pushed back further.
It is pushed back, but I'm not sure how far. I thought it was August or September.
I think it was, but then I think it got pushed back again.
Jeez, there's nothing to watch. We got to start watching Pixar.
They need to start, negotiating in good faith with the writers and the actors.
That ain't what happening.
It'll take a while.
Yeah. Which is we're going to talk about that.
I mean, there's plenty of stuff to watch though. So we've got, X-Men to finish up. We've got Mission Impossible.
We've got lots of
Spider-Man movies we could watch.
Yeah, we've got lots. That.
Yeah, no drought.
No, we've got lots.
We could watch some of the DC stuff.
Wait, who?
What?
Wait, Ke-Huy Quan? Was he in Loki?
What?
Ke-Huy Quan, he is Short Round from Indiana Jones, but he's also in a great movie, Anything, Everything, All at Once.
No, he's going to be in Loki. He's going to be in Loki Volume 2, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
I love him. Yeah, have you ever seen Anything, Everything, All at Once?
Great movie, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I watched it on a plane on the way back, and I was enthralled the entire time.
They also did a movie with the Harry Potter actor, Daniel Radcliffe, called Swiss Army Man. That's a good movie. I recommend watching it.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you liked Everything Everywhere All at Once, you'll like that.
I have a hard time with people with any kind of recommendation. I'm like,
It's good.
Why am I like that? Why do I not want to do something?
You know what? It's bad. Don't watch
it.
Don't watch it. It's bad.
I feel fine with that. I'm not gonna watch it if you say it's bad. But if you tell me to watch it and you say it's good, I'm not gonna watch it either. Why is that? Like when someone sends me a video on my phone,
contrarian.
Like on a text. No, it's not that. It's like when someone sends me a video on a text message, I'm not watching that. I'm not. If someone sends me a link to anything, I'm not looking at it. Like it's like, oh, whatever. Like what? I don't know why I'm like that.
Yeah,
I don't know
either,
what
man.
that has. Listeners, if you have that kind of same thing where like when someone sends you a link or asks you to look at something and you just don't want to, we need to. There has to be a term for that. It feels like almost like I'm doing something which is nothing, but you're interfering with my nothing. You're interfering with my nothing time by asking me to look at something. It's so strange. But when I send things to people, I want them.
I'm not going to watch anything you send me.
I don't think I sent you anything.
I don't know. I don't watch it.
You sent me something today I looked at. I looked at the new Marvels trailer. Yeah.
Hey, before we talk about that, did you notice there's a cameo in this episode?
No. Who?
Rick Mason shows up.
Who's that?
You don't know who Rick Mason is?
No.
He's only one of the most key characters in all of the MCU.
Rick Mason?
Yeah. He's the pilot. He's the pilot that flew Nick Fury in this episode.
Wait,
and he also flew Black Widow in the Black Widow movie.
Was that him?
That's the same guy. Yep. I'm not going to pronounce the actor's name, but
was he the handler she was talking to? Was that him?
Yep. Okay. That's why that scene was so long and awkward in this show.
I like that scene. I kept trying to remember where I knew him from.
Yeah, I was like, why is this guy important and why are we spending so much time here? And was he the guy that captained the helicarrier and I just didn't know it? I don't know.
That was funny. Yeah. He's like, I wish I had a helicarrier. He's like, oh, we don't have those anymore.
Right. Yeah, they're mothballed.
Yeah. But that could have been a lot better, but I liked what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. We need this series needed a lot more than that. We got some of it. We got at the first episode, we got a little bit of that. What's his name? Short dude got killed pretty early on.
Agent Ross.
Yeah, we got some Agent Ross, but we needed more. We needed a lot more than that. And
the last episode's going to have to blow it out of the water.
I want to see.
I just don't see it happening.
I want to see Sam Wilson, Captain America, show up. That would be awesome. I think that would be just great. Or I want to see Rhodey in the War Machine suit or something like that. I want to see something big. I mean, how is
Rhodey going to show up?
Well, Rhodey is captured. Right, he is captured in New Skrullos. So let's do some fan service here. Nick Fury frees him, and Rhodey does some kind of weird computer.
So Sonya in here tracked down the Doctor. What's she going to do with that Doctor? Yeah. Like you got one episode left.
Oh, you know what she's going to do. The Doctor,
what?
Come on. She's going to use the Doctor to do superhero stuff. She's going to use it somehow.
But not in this series. You don't have enough time left.
There's not enough time to do a lot of things, Mike. I don't know. Ain't my show. I didn't write it.
You should have. If you did write it, it'd be better.
I'm lazy. I don't think I'm good at this kind of writing.
Well, I mean, bad writing?
Yeah, I'm not good at bad writing. I'll be honest with you. I'm just not good at it. It's not my flavor. So I'm not really interested in it. This show isn't badly written.
It is. It's badly written. It's badly edited.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not.
There are moments where it's very well written, but the overall story and it's not well written. No.
I would say it's badly plotted.
I mean, that's part of the writing. Like that's the.
No, it's not. No, Marvel gives them the plot, and they say you have to write a script around this plot.
They said that is not what happened.
That's not.
They said they were given carte blanche, pretty much, to do whatever they wanted.
Well, that's not.
That's what they said. Hey, don't say that then. Well, it's on you, dude.
Well, no, the plot of the story not. But you can have a book that doesn't have a good plot, but has great script, has good dialogue or good descriptions.
Yeah, that's all part of the. It's all part of the writing, though.
That's true, but what I'm trying to say is when the characters are talking to each other, it's good. But when the story is trying to figure itself out, it's bad.
What did you think of the scene where Nick Fury and his wife are sitting there with guns drawn, talking to each other?
That was fun.
Nah.
That was fun.
Why did they both shoot at the wall? Like, why do you even need to shoot your gun if you're just going to shoot at the wall? Well,
in my thought, neither one of them wanted to kill the other.
Of course, but don't pull the trigger.
No. You have to be dramatic. Come on, Mike. You have to be dramatic. It's a drama. I mean, come on.
I just wouldn't have pulled the trigger if I was deciding not to shoot my wife.
If you were in that situation, I think you would do a bunch of different things differently. If you were married to a Skrull and you were being chased by Skrulls and there's a conspiracy of Skrulls, you'd be doing all kinds of things.
Ruin my house. Ruin my own house. Put 2 bullet holes in my house.
It's nice
for no reason. It's a very nice house. Yeah.
All right. We got some news you can't abuse. Ready?
Born ready.
Okay. New Marvel's trailer came out. Couple different things about this that I thought were interesting.
Okay.
Mike, you watched.
Yeah, we see the I guess the villain.
We saw her a little bit in the first trailer.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we see her.
Who is that?
Her name. I wish you would have asked me that. I just forgot. She is not important in the MCU, like at all. So I already put links into previous show notes for her.
Mm-hmm.
But she is not anybody.
She from the comics? Like, is she a character from the comics?
Yeah, but she's from a character from the comics that no one read and no one cares about. So, like, you go forget. Like, this don't want to worry about it. This is basically a non-character. She has been in a Silver Surfer comic book, but she got killed like two comics later, so she doesn't matter.
Okay.
And the character that we do see in the film is going to be completely different than what she was in the comics. So don't worry about it. Hang on, I'm going to get.
So nothing from the comics background makes you think, oh, here's what she's trying to do in the movie.
Nope, absolutely not. But here's what I think happened. She does call Carol Danvers the Annihilator, and so what I think happened was that Carol Danvers went to Kree and destroyed probably the main computer system that they use to govern.
We see more Kree in this trailer.
Well, the Kree are going to be a big villain in this.
Yeah.
But it's obvious that
we see Bengals in this. We see more Bengals.
Yeah, we see the second Mangle, which I think is important. Yeah. But it's obvious that the Kree are mad at Carol Danvers for doing something, and that the character Dar-Benn, who's going to be the villain, finds a bangle and then uses it, and then it causes all kind of catastrophe. So I mean, we'll have to see how it goes, but it's going to be interesting.
So Dar-Benn's the villain woman.
Yeah. We do see some more of Aman Vellini, Kamala Khan, which I love. We see some more Teyana Paris, Monica Rambeau.
They said apparently on this movie, if anybody had questions about something, they're like, go ask Aman. She'll tell you the answer.
Vellini? Oh, cool.
Because I guess she's like super into the comics. She knows all kinds of stuff about it. So like everybody's like, hey, if you have a question about something, go ask her.
Well, I mean, the comics. Here's the deal: in the comics, Ms. Marvel and Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Brie Larson, they all kind of know each other in the comics, and so this movie's going to be sort of accurate in that way. But the Captain Marvel legacy is kind of what the show with the
dead.
What
in the comics?
Who?
Ms. Marvel.
Is she?
They killed her like last month or something like that, and then
I didn't know that.
Why? And then they resurrected her already, I think.
Oh, of course, yeah. But the Captain Marvel like legacy is a big deal in the comics. So I'm curious to see how they will.
You didn't hear, like there were tons of people like talking about Miss Marvel being dead on the internet like a month or two ago.
Dude, I don't not anywhere near that stuff.
You're not on Mastodon that much?
I'm on Mastodon, but I didn't hear that on Mastodon. No. I don't know why I didn't hear it. When I get on Mastodon, I'm on there for like 3 minutes and I'm off. It's like I'm not on any kind of social media platforms. It's actually pretty awesome. It's good for you. Yeah, I feel great. Like I have other things to stress about, not that
right.
But I didn't know they killed Miss Marvel. I got to find that.
Yeah, she's revived as a mutant.
Oh, interesting.
And Aman wrote the comic that she's revived in.
Aman Vellini?
She's one of the credited writers on that comic.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, so she's like almost like apparently she's almost like a ghostwriter on the movie because everybody was going to her for answers to their questions.
Well, I like that too. We'll have to wait and see. I like the trailer a lot. The Beastie Boys soundtrack's still cool.
I really hope that shows up in the movie. Like, it
will.
Come on.
Don't tease me. My biggest beef is that I cannot believe we have to wait until November for this.
Yeah.
With all the hype for the Barbie movie and Oppenheimer, this is the MCU has nothing at the end.
What are they doing? December. Are they still working on it, or is it in the can? Like, why is it pushed to November?
Man, I don't know. This feels like a movie that's done. And if I was Disney, I'd be like, we need a summer.
Exactly. Like, why isn't? Yeah. Like, why is there not a summer?
They could have hyped this up and have a cool movie for at least early August. I guess it's nuts to me. They have nothing. They're losing so much money. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it feels like it's done. I mean, maybe it's not, but
what else do they have to do?
I don't know.
It's just kind of bizarre. It's a weird decision.
Maybe they're still doing effects.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Whoever's making these decisions make a lot more money than I do, but they probably aren't any smarter than I am. They're in their office trying to figure out how to make as much money as possible off stuff.
Right.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, watch the trailer. It's pretty good trailer. I watched it a couple times. There's a cool comic costume changes. Like you'll see Captain Marvel wear 2 different kind of outfits, and you see a lot of Captain Marvel action. So when we haven't really seen a lot of that. And it's actually an interesting conversation when Nick Fury is calling Carol Danvers, hey, how you doing? Kind of talking. Mm-hmm. So whatever kind of relationship I guess like if you follow this stuff,
spoiler: Nick Fury is going to survive the secret invasion.
Maybe, I guess, but Nick Fury and Carol Danvers, they were supposed to find the Skrulls.
Yeah, what the hell?
So we don't know what. We don't know, man. We don't know what happened to that.
Ball dropped.
Yeah, Monica Rambeau is going to be mad at Carol Danvers because she never came back, and and Monica's mom is dead, and Carol Danvers looks just like she was like 20, 30 years ago. So that's a problem.
Well, when you like fly around at light speed, you don't age.
Yeah, so that is the rule. I forgot that's a general rule.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got fun Kamala Khan. So I don't know how they will fix all that stuff. But anyway, watch the trailer. It's going to be pretty good. We got to wait. How many months we have to wait? What's it, July, right? So August, September, October. No, we got to wait 3 months. About 3.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
For that movie. That's a lot. Yeah. I got it right.
Yeah. Thanksgiving movie. It's a big Thanksgiving movie.
Is it? I thought it was November 10th.
I mean, all of November is Thanksgiving month.
Right. And then, so I have a little link about, there's an article from IGN about how it's been kind of quiet at Comic-Con this year. And I think everybody needs to realize that the longer the writer and actor strike goes on, the less stuff we're going to have.
Good.
And so, yeah, one could argue that's good, but next year is going to be a very interesting question when it comes to summer movies and Marvel stuff.
Right.
Cause and yes, the actors and the writers are striking for good reasons, and hopefully they'll resolve it.
Yeah, very good reasons.
Listeners, I don't know if you guys know this, but one of the biggest things that the actors and the writers are fighting over is AI. The studios, the movie studios, wanted to put in the actors' contracts that they could use artificial intelligence to create their likenesses, but then the movie studios would own the likenesses.
Yeah,
and
for
then
all,
the writers
for all
are striking.
time.
Yeah, and then the writers are striking because the movie studios wanted to use artificial intelligence to write scripts. So, like, this is the kind of fights we're all going to have to fight. If you have a job where you don't put a box on a shelf or drive somewhere, then AI could take your job. And so we all are going to have to do this at some point. All of us are going to have to put our foot down at some point. Because, like, the major corporations on the planet want to get the robots to do our jobs and then have us all starve to death. I'm not sure how they're going to make money when we can't afford to buy stuff because we don't have jobs anymore. But it's probably, who knows how it's going to work. But this is serious stuff. Mm-hmm. And, like, I know a lot of people, when they think about artificial intelligence, they think about fun and cool. But, like, no, it's not. If you're a creative person, if you have a creative skill and you want to make money off your creative skill, like the corporations don't care. They want to take that away from you. So it's really important to keep abreast of this because it's a big deal. Like, if I knew that a movie was created by artificial intelligence, like if I knew that I was watching something that was written by AI and with AI, I wouldn't watch it. I'm like, I'm not paying money for this. This is garbage. I'm not doing it. And so this is like
the opening sequence to Secret Invasion.
Yeah, which I always skip.
Skip it every time. Yeah.
I don't need to see this. This is gross. Yeah, and like if you look at the opening sequence of Secret Invasion, it just looks not right.
Right.
Like it.
Yeah.
If you really look at artificial intelligence, if you look at their artwork, it doesn't look.
Yeah, it's
right.
weird. It's always weird
wrong with it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it just looks like there's something a bit like a little menacing, like a little off. It's like
almost as if it was created by an unthinking, unfeeling.
Yeah, it's no love. There's no love in it.
Right.
There's no love in it. There's no love in it. And like, hey, if you listen to a podcast, you don't think people are trying to figure out how to get artificial intelligence to make podcasts?
They're already doing it. They're already doing it.
Who?
I don't know. But they're doing it. They're doing it.
Someone's trying to figure it all out. So it's not interest. It's not interesting to me. It's just kind of scary. Right. But anyway, what's next, Mike?
The end of this series, thankfully.
Yeah, the end of Secret Invasion.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One more episode.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
So anyway, and then we can cleanse our palates with some X-Men, I guess.
I could. We'll go at you. Which X-Men movie do we have to do? Is it?
We've done the first 3 plus one of the Wolverines. I think we're on to another Wolverine movie at this time.
Oh, the Wolverine. We gotta do the Wolverine.
Yeah, is that it? Is that a good one or a bad one?
I don't know. I don't think I've watched this one.
I haven't seen any. After we covered the first 3, I'm in new ground here. I haven't seen any of these.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. When we get back to the X-Men movies, I'll be looking forward to these Wolverine movies are kind of like. Ugh.
Well, I know Logan's a fan favorite, so I'm looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, Logan's supposed to be really good. Yeah. Right. So, Mike, how can people share us, appreciate us, get people to like us, or spread the gospel that is super?
Well, appreciating us. They can follow, they can subscribe, rate, review, thumbs up, give us all the stars, and most importantly, hit that share button. Share this episode, share the podcast with all of your friends, all of your family, all of your coworkers, neighbors that you've talked to once. Everybody, whoever.
Are we on Instagram Threads?
Yeah, we're on Threads. Yeah, we're on Threads.
I don't know anything about that. Are we on Posts?
I don't even know what that is.
It's something like Twitter, right?
I don't know. Never heard of it.
I don't know. Anyway. What's Twitter like right now?
It's been a while since I've looked at Twitter.
Yeah, Mastodon's kind of going.
Mastodon's pretty good. Threads had a big boom, but then it had a big fall off too. So we'll see how that lasts.
I want to give a shout out to one of our avid our listeners on. Is it Jan Goebel? Is that his name?
I believe so. I've never actually. You read it all the time, but you never pronounced it. So
yeah. Shout out to Jan Goebel.
Just shouting out in general or anything in particular?
Just shout out.
In general. Yeah, in general, shout out. Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah. He engages
us a lot and boosts and all that. It's all appreciated.
Yeah. So shout out. Yeah.
I'm sure every episode he hits the share button. I'm sure.
Do we have a Superside Show? We need a Superside Show hashtag on Mastodon.
Yeah, it exists.
We don't use it
every now and then.
We should not really use it.
Yeah,
I'm going to spend some time trying to girth up my Mastodon presence.
Yeah, you should girth it.
I'm too busy.
Girth it.
Whenever I get my phone, I'm either looking at the news or looking at something on YouTube.
Playing Marvel Snap.
Or I'm playing. Yeah,
I mean, you can do that. You can play Marvel Snap and use that to engorge your Mastodon presence.
Do you do the tournament? Do you do the Conquest tournament?
I did it a little bit, but you know what? It's such a time suck.
It takes a long time. That's almost
right.
An hour.
Yeah, so I don't.
You were playing for an hour.
I'm I really got to be this game's designed to be quick hits, right?
No, those tournaments are long. You gotta play. You got the gold ones. You gotta beat 3 people in a row.
Oh, really? I don't have anything. I haven't even got to that. But it's going up against one person until you run out of bars. That takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And for gold, you gotta do it 3 times.
Wow.
That's
I don't do that much.
Anyway, okay. We'll see you guys next week. We're gonna wrap up Secret Invasion. And then, talk about more cool MCU stuff. If you have any questions, hit us up on our social media platforms, and I'll see you guys next week.